Hey YouTube, this is G back with another video, and if you're watching this video, before I get into this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, please, because doing that does make a difference and I really do appreciate it. So as you can tell by the title, what I'm talking about is tips for when you are a senior in high school, if you're in high school in general, or a high school graduate. This is information that I just, through my own lively experiences, is not the same for everybody, but this is stuff that I really feel like is important because we don't discuss it there in school. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is financially speaking. So financially is very important. For every check that you receive, please put 10%. To put just 10% from your check, or you can go higher than that. So just to make sure that you always put some money towards the side. And I'm going to tell you why. This is just an example that happened to me. So I was working at a Ford company. I no longer wanted to be there anymore. I had money saved up. Thank God that I had money saved up, because within that time frame, sometimes it's always best to find another job before leaving one. But the situation that I was in, environment is too toxic to even stay there. That's how it was for me. So me having that money saved up, I was able to manage my bills that I did have, which was my car payment, my half of the rent, and as well my car payment, my half of the rent, and it was the light bill that I was paying, and I think that's it that I can think of, and my phone payments. So I still had to keep my phone on. I still had to make sure that I had wheels to drive to find another job, and as well a place for me to lay at every night. So yeah, so I had money saved up, fortunately. So it's always best for you to save money, because you never know what's going to happen. Truth being told, you just never know. So don't try to dig in your savings either. If you can always make another way, try to always make another way besides dipping in your savings, unless you really have to. In my situation, I really had to, or else it's going to reflect negatively on me on the long run. For two, now this is the second advice that I have. Credit. I cannot stress to you, credit is very important. Credit is used for a lot of things. You want a car, they're gonna check your credit. You want an apartment, they're gonna check your credit. You want a house, they're gonna check your credit. If you want to finance a phone, they're gonna check your credit. So at the end of the day, if you try to duck and dodge a credit card because you're just like, oh, I don't want to spend blah blah blah, you just biting yourself in the ass, because everything involves credit. It really does. So even if you get a small line of credit, so a line of credit is your credit limit that you have for your credit card. So if you get a secured card, if you don't know what a secured card is when you put money down, and that will be your line of credit. After a certain time frame, they will give you your deposit that you put down for that credit card back. So I didn't do a secured credit card. They just went ahead and approved me for a certain line of credit. But if it comes down to it, you can go to any credit union or bank that is friendly for having, you have to be 18 to get a credit card, or even ask your parents if you can be authorized users to show history, if they have good credit scores, of course, but to have good credit history, so when you do get out into the world, boom, you got a nice credit score. You got a 720 or greater than that. So anyways, getting a line of credit is very important, and making your payments on time are very important. So for an example, this is not actually what happened, but this is just an example. So I have a $100 credit card, right? My $100 credit card, I make transactions of $20 every so often, and I make sure that my balance that I have for that credit card does not get too high, because that can as well make your credit score go down. So we getting into credit right now. So I get let's say I have a balance of $40, all right, on my credit card. I make sure every month to pay that balance in full. Yes, try to always pay your balance in full. That reflects so positively on your credit, you don't understand. It's gonna make your credit go jump up the roof. Keeping your oldest line of credit, jump up the roof. Another one, good payments on time, increasing your line of credit. Ooh, if you have a big line of credit, they're gonna be like, oh, she know how to, or she or he knows how to pay they shit on time. Whew, up the roof right there. So you getting a credit card now just of $100, just putting gas on it, putting a little food on it, pay it in full every month, pay down $40 every month on your little $100 credit card. That later in the long run, not only do you get a credit limit increase on your credit card, which you don't want to do too much spending, because listen, you don't want to get in a situation where you're unable to pay anyone back. Don't ever try to live above your means. Living above your means, if you don't know what that means, is trying to sit here and impress people, doing extra when you have your little credit card and you know you're not gonna pay it back full with that next paycheck. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just do not do it. It's not worth it. And you doing those things that I told you prior, just making sure that you pay it on time, and creditors are gonna start looking at you. They're going, ooh, let's give this person a credit card. Oh, we have this going on. Our APR is low. They're gonna be throwing themselves at you. Don't feed into the temptation. Do not get too into that. Just make sure that you have a credit card. So in the long run, let's say that you getting out of high school, you just graduated from high school, you got this nice credit score. Ooh, you had a 720. You are going to be able to get a car. You're going to be able to finance a car at 720. That is marvelous. All you need is a 650, I believe, to get a car anyways, but always shoot for the stars. Don't go below. We trying to get to the 7s, not the 6. We're trying to get to the 8s after that too. But once you go ahead and get you financing a car, they're going to see, boom. So she got good history of paying on time. That's the main thing about credit. They just want to see if you're reliable enough to pay stuff on time. So when you borrow money, will you pay it back at the end of the day? That's just the main thing. So you doing this, making sure that you're paying everything on time. And now that you have a bigger line of credit, so let's say you get a car for $14,000, now you have a bigger line of credit and you're paying it on time. When it gets time for you to get a house, you're gonna be able to have more options, because they're gonna be like, listen, this person knows what they're doing. So enough about the credit cards. If I have to go ahead and have another video about that, I can go more into depth, but now we're going into the next step. Now, you're in school and you're not sure what you really want to do. I don't want you to stress about it if you're in high school and you're just graduating, but I do want to say it's very important for you to start looking into what you want to do. If you're not sure, I think it's best for you to at least work in the meantime. Sitting down, doing nothing, just hanging out with your friends, I don't think is the best choice. I think you should be on your feet doing something, because you always have time to hang out with your friends, you will. But what you do now is what reflects on your future. Not saying that it's going to, if you don't do anything now, you're going to live horribly, but it's just always best for you to do stuff now, so later on you don't have to work as hard. That's pretty much all I'm trying to say. So if you're wanting to go into school, I find it very important for you to go ahead and apply for FAFSA. It's always best to do it when it first opened in October. So FAFSA is a grant that you don't have to pay back. It's from the government. You go ahead and enter in all the information it's going to ask you to enter. It's going to ask for your mother's income, your dad's income, has your parents went to college, blah, blah, blah. It's going to ask for a lot of personal information, but this is a lot of money that you can save going to college. But hey, if you don't want to go to college, college is not for everybody. I don't care what anybody say. Not everybody got to go to college. It's not for everybody. Other people have other routes they can go. But if you're not going to go to college, you need to be working your ass off. And what I mean by that is that you really need to see where you want to work. Don't just sit around and do nothing, because at the end of the day, like I said, time about to fly. it is going to fly so crazy. Like, it's only been 1 year, but it's really about to be 2 years since I graduated, and I graduated in 2018 already. So it's very important what you do with your time. Time is so precious, and laying down on your bed doing nothing is not going to help you in the long run. So I'm very adamant about the things that I said. I'm gonna go ahead and do a brief rerun. Remember, save money, number 1. Get a credit card. Make payments on time. Don't lay on your ass. Be proactively doing something for yourself. You at the end of the day are a very important person. I understand that we go through things, but it's never say never, because you're always able to do something. You may not see it now, but you're always able to do something. So this is the advice that I have. If you're a high school graduate or someone that is in high school, and I know that they don't teach this in school, take this advice, because these little things I told you now is what's going to save you in the long run. But and if you did make it to this point, I really do appreciate you for sitting here listening to me. And like I said before, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll come back to you with another video.